Though below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor nor port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, and the great winds surging me on. Greet the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor nor port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. So we begin each service with the lighting of the chalice. It symbolizes reason, tolerance, and freedom, and also justice, compassion, and love. We're an inclusive, spiritual community of people who support each other in their personal searches for truth and meaning. I'm Connie Ussery, your volunteer service leader today. Our speaker and facilitator is also our president, Midgette. And Whittaker Locke will offer more music as well. And we have another surprise coming up. The 7 principles. Our religion is rooted in 7 principles that sum up the core value of Unitarian Universalism. Today we participate in the traditional UU water ceremony, sometimes called the water communion, celebrating the gift of water on our world. This celebration especially relates to Principle 7, the interconnected web of all existence of which we are part. Today we return to one of our oldest rituals in this fellowship. It's one that links life to water for our ceremony today. The ceremony of life toast is by our own Reverend Ed Wilson. It has been offered with juice, then with wine and juice, but today we celebrate the source of life on the planet itself, water. We celebrate life with its beauty and its pain. We lift these cups in tribute to the achievements of human minds and hands, and in sensitivity to the frustrations of misfortune and heartache, not fixing blame or credit for the outcomes of chance, sensing the risk, savoring the joy, sharing it all, knowing of the certainty of death, and remembering the value of each moment. We drink our toast of celebration to this time, to the future, to each other, to the throbbing of the earth and sea and sky with life. Together, we drink this toast in celebration of life. Again, I will read a brief offertory passage by Brandock Lovely. Let this be an offering to sustain and strengthen this place, which is sacred to so many of us, a community of memory and of hope, for we are now the keepers of the dream. You can mail offerings to UUFC at P.O. Box 698, Fortson, Georgia, 31908. Or use PayPal. To use PayPal.com, click the Send Money tab and put as recipient our email address, uufc@gmail.com. While you look for your checkbook or sign into PayPal, Whittaker, Locke, and Ellen Harlan will share a piece for us that you probably will recognize.
Before I begin singing, I would ask that all of you help me out with this. Let's all be together. I know we can't sing together yet, but we can do the song together. It's one you recognize. Whenever we do the word river, I'm asking you to do this. Please show me that. River. And it's flowing in my soul. You cup your hand and you lift up the spirit. Do that, please. Cup and lift your soul. Thank you. You're good. And we go back to river flowing in my heart. Very easy. And river flowing in my mind. Oops, I forgot river. Okay. Let's see what we all can do together. We're doing this together. There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my soul, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my heart. There's a river flowing in my heart, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my heart. There's a river flowing in my mind. There's a river flowing in my mind, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my heart. There's a river flowing. There's a river flowing. There's a river flowing in my soul. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you, Ellen and Whittaker. So exciting to have you singing here today. And now, Chalice Midgette is our stalwart leader, our intrepid bicycle club organizer, our creative and science-driven gardener, and our guide through data-driven methods for managing the environment, this environment that we're in right now, through these troubled times. He's speaking here today about reasons for our water ceremony, communion, and he's the facilitator of the experience for us all. Thank you, and welcome our UUFC president, Hal Midgette.
Greetings, my fellow water bags. I used to say that to my students when I taught biology, because the body is mostly water. And the importance of it I would stress all the time. Water flows through us sometimes faster than we like, but basically we're a standing wave, and it's important. The other importance of water, I think we can see in recent events. Too much water, like from Hurricane Irma, is caused by global warming and the overheating of the Gulf of Mexico. Too little water causes the forest fires out west. It's important in our life. Getting it just right is very important. I wish you a moist and joyous morning. Water is sacred, it is holy, it is baptismal, it is healing, it whispers, it roars, it soothes, yet it can be terrifying. Human history bows to the importance of water and is filled with a myriad of water deities such as Poseidon and Neptune. Water is life. Much, if not most, of the water here on Earth is thought to be older than Earth's 4.5 billion years, being in the swirling disk of gas and dust before the Earth coalesced, and arriving after Earth's formation via comet strikes. Water is often in places we don't expect it, and can be in the magma deep inside the Earth, or hidden in the pores of rock, or actually in liquid form, such as in the water trapped millions of years ago in this quartz crystal, yearning to be free. And if you shake it, you can see water in there. And it's not going to be free. Sufi poet Galeb noted, "For the raindrop, joy is in entering the river." Water drops from the sky and flows in rivulets, streams, and creeks, rivers, down rapids, waterfalls, and roaring cataracts, into estuaries, bays, gulfs, seas, and oceans. It keeps flowing in various currents, such as the Gulf Stream, the Humboldt Current, the Japan Current, and in various gyres in the centers of the ocean. Water flows in glaciers and giant ice sheets, grinding their way to lower altitudes. It forms giant icebergs that wander the seas and gradually merge as one with the surrounding water. Water is in the air as vapor, giving us that wonderful southern experience of humidity that can make our hair frizzy, well, not me, and clothes stick to us, but it makes honeysuckle smell really sweet. It rolls in as fog that quiets sounds and leaves us blind to our surroundings. It lazily drifts by as clouds that provide a constantly changing scenery of shapes, so we can lie back on a lazy day and let our imagination run wild with a variety of Rorschach shapes. It comes as mist and drizzles that make spectacles useless, but taste wonderful to the tongue. I don't know if you've ever done that. It's really great. It arrives as rain in April, which delightfully brings May flowers. Water falls as sleet and hail and makes us run for shelter. It drifts down as snow that can alter the landscape into a beautiful wonderland, or make our highways and airports danger zones. Alas, raindrops are not shaped like drops, but they're shaped like hamburger patties. If you had the earth as a bowling ball and all the water on earth as a thimble, can you imagine trying to smear it over the bowling ball? It's precious. Water is a molecule consisting of one oxygen and two hydrogen atoms, and is polar, with the oxygen end being negative and the hydrogen atoms being positive. This shape and polarity dictates the physical properties of water and are why water is singularly the most important ingredient for life as we know it. Water is one of the few substances whose density decreases when it turns to solid. Ice floats. Otherwise, the earth would be an ice ball if it didn't. Water is a universal solvent. It can hold the salt in the oceans, sulfurous acid in volcanic lakes, or ammonia, as in Windex we use to clean our windows. Many of us love soft drinks, which is basically water with dissolved carbon dioxide, sugar, and phosphoric acid. Fish depend on dissolved oxygen within their watery world. And many of us enjoy alcohol dissolved in water. Water can wear down mountains. For example, the Appalachian Mountains used to be as high or higher than the Himalayan mountains. Water grinds mountain down, first as boulders, cobbles, pebbles, and then silt, like which makes the Chattahoochee brown, carving gullies, deep gorges, and wide valleys, but always flowing back to the sea to complete the water cycle. The sun's energy is stored when it evaporates water, and then released as the vapor is cooled back to liquid, thus providing the energy that creates thunderstorms and hurricanes. There is no life as we know it without water. Babies are 68% water, and I can only guess what the other 32% is. An adult male is 60% water, and reputedly a large portion of the remaining 40% is loose screws and marbles. We breathe out about a fourth of a liter of water every day, often providing life-giving water to those tiny mites that live in our pillows. That's a nice thought. Blood, our liquid of life, is composed of about 50% water, which is mostly plasma, with the other 50% dissolved proteins, clotting factors, and glucose, with blood cells in suspension. It courses through our body in capillaries, arteries, and blue veins. Sometimes you can hear it roaring in your ears, or even faintly see the capillaries when you look to the light. Daily, we are part of the great water cycle that keeps the earth changing and covered in life. Today, we honor water, the giver of life, through our personal experiences that are connected to water.